Hello once again YouTube, Chris the Nightbringer here bringing you some StarMade station reviews, and today we are taking a look at the Alpha Pirate base by LEGO Freak 97. So, it's quite a small little station we have here, although to be fair, the first station was small as well. And it has quite a number of docks for turrets, which is great because, you know, a pirate base is supposed to be dangerous to a certain extent. There is only one turret available on here at the moment. And it's this one down here, which has an interesting design. It's kind of like a pod with prongs sticking out on either side. And it's a little interesting, you know? I definitely also like the arrangement of these docking modules. I'm not sure. They are all one collective group. Now that's interesting. I guess that's how they've decided to arrange those. And it's not something I actually think I've seen before in terms of docking. I know I'm viewing something that's a little bit dark. Hold on. Let's see if I can get up here. Okay, yeah, see, this is how the LEGO Freak has arranged the docking area units and stuff like that, which is kind of neat. I actually do think that's pretty cool. It is getting close to being too much, and they could, you know, potentially make it look a little bit nicer, perhaps put some designs in it, patterns, but it's a pretty neat idea for that, that whole docking area thing, because sometimes they leave it exposed. This one seems a little bit more exposed. I don't know about this one, because it reminds me too much of the exposed ones that we already see on the current pirate bases, the purple viney ones, and I don't know. It's interesting, but I don't know. Maybe some more thought has to be put into that. The entire station does look like it could use a good wedging, not gonna lie. Although there are sections that do have wedging, and that's a little interesting, you know. It's always interesting when players decide to not wedge one area and wedge a separate area. These are some pretty interesting structures here. It would definitely benefit from color, you know, break it up. They've done so with structures like this, which again, actually, this kind of does have a nice effect. I'm not gonna lie. On a station like this with the red and the black, this has a nice effect, and you can see that they've thought about this because they've come down here with corner blocks, right? This is a corner block. And they've come down to the bottom of this little structure here and put some spikes on it. Now, I don't know. It's up to you guys. What do you think? Does this section need to be wedged? Because it actually gives off a very different feel, especially with the corner blocks here. Now that I've gotten the context, you know, now that I know that the player has you know, place these specifically like this and decided to not wedge this area, does that make a difference to you guys? Do you still want to see it wedged? Do you not? It definitely gives a sharper, you know, more striking look, and that can be kind of interesting in some cases. You know, over here as well, this is made up of armored hull, very spiky, you know, the spikes are everywhere, indicating, you know, some sort of level of danger. So real quick, we'll go inside. The internal hangar here, you know, this definitely needs something else going on. You know, some patterns of the floor for landing areas, or some depth added to the walls by adding in struts. Definitely would help. What's this? Just another docking area. Oddly shaped, it might all, you know, worth mentioning. And that's okay. That's totally cool. At least it's symmetrical. Some people would have a problem with that, you know, OCD and all. Another oddly shaped docking area. See this right here? Pretty awesome detail. I like me some struts, and I like me some grills, and I like me some lights. Right? Why shouldn't that type of structure be seen elsewhere on the station, you know, or should not be seen elsewhere, you know? This is the type of stuff that would really help break up some of the other areas. This gray block, right? We are quite literally only seeing gray in one spot, and it's on this single strut connecting to a turret area over here, which is empty or full of stuff that I can't access. I think, you know, a lot of players seem to like putting in physical stairs, and I have to completely disagree with that. It's just too blocky, and the idea that, you know, each of these blocks is a cubic meter, you know, I question whether that's a good design. Also, breaking up this entire structure here with more than just one material would definitely benefit it. Perhaps having the grating in the bottom be, well, grating, and having the railings be a different material in order to give it some semblance of structure. We've got some windows. A very plain hallway. Again, definitely could use some depth, perhaps some color. Ooh. Now, this is an interesting interior for here, and it kind of gives a sense of danger, you know? This is the type of stuff that you kind of would expect to see in a station like this, you know? I can fall off and, you know, I get stuck down here. Hopefully I don't actually get stuck down here, although I don't think I've seen a gravity module yet, so we shouldn't have to worry. There is a build block, however, in the center there. We've got an empty room. A very large area with a cargo section, and I'm not sure what this is. Some sort of core? This core design. Okay, guys, here's the thing. This core design, I'll be very simple, is very cool. And if this was blown up to be much larger, I'd be in love with it, because it's very unique. This is something I haven't seen before. At least not me. I don't know about you guys, but if this thing was like 3 times bigger and detailed, I think that would be like the coolest core design, and it would definitely fit this station, you know. The sharp edges, you know, the idea that it's all spiky and held in place by pinpoint structures. Freaking awesome. But it's so small and so simple that I don't really care for it, to be honest. You know, it's even very easily hidden away behind... I can't even tell that there were other structures in there. I thought it was just a floating crystal block until I came in here and saw the other bits of black hull. So that definitely needs to be addressed. This entire room, for the matter, could, you know, definitely benefit from more design options. If this is some sort of cargo bay, indicate that by placing cargo crates or, you know, a crane or, you know, rails to move cargo boxes. Anything. Anything to give, you know, the impression of what a room is without actually being told what a room is. I know I understood what that room is, but if I take away these 3 plex storages, suddenly this is just an empty room. It doesn't mean anything. And that's something that the builder has to think about. So, I would like to see, you know, a little bit more structure in here. There's definitely, you know, a cool idea going on. But again, could use more structure, more things to go in here to make it feel, you know, like this isn't just some modules placed in an area. Make it feel as if it's a machine, some sort of pillar, you know. Have these modules peek out from behind some transparent blocks that are themselves a part of a larger structure. Now, this is a very long hallway made out of some interesting design choices. Again, I'm not sure if I can agree with this. It does look cool, though. It does look really neat, but it is still a rectangular hallway, and I definitely think it needs some depth added to those walls somehow. Perhaps these glowing bits could have been pushed into the walls and, you know, forced to be displayed that way, so that they kind of gave a glow before you actually saw the textures animating. And you would walk up and see some sort of grating or some sort of structure hiding them. Again, very simple structure inside, not a lot going on. You know, there are desks. The gravity module, for some reason, is placed here instead of inside the hangar, which is, you know, a design decision that I'm not sure I can agree with. It's some simple computer terminals. I do like this upper walkway, right? And it leads to a computer with no data on it, of course. But, you know, put more things down here. You know, get some wedges, make some little areas where, you know, individual workers would be sitting and working at, you know, stuff like that, instead of just haphazardly placing around the consoles around the room. I think that would definitely help this room out. It's a big room. It's got a wide area of view. It's massive, and I think that is freaking sick. I don't think I've seen anything like this on any station so far in the series. So that's pretty awesome. So, interior and exterior design. I gotta give it a 5 or a 6 out of 10. You know, there's some really awesome ideas, especially in the central core area and the control room area. The reactor design that I saw was awesome, but again, it needs to be blown up. It needs to be on a bigger scale. Otherwise, I'm just not going to pay attention to that stuff. You know, the room with the 3 plex storages doesn't have enough in it to convey that it's a proper cargo hold. So, you know, interior and exterior definitely need some work. I'm going to leave it up to the audience to determine whether wedging needs to be done, as wedging has clearly been thought out for this station. I mean, not only has it been used to smooth out areas, but to add spikes to areas. So what do you think about the unwedged sections? I'll leave it up to you. As a pirate station, overall effectiveness, I'm actually going to give this like an 8 out of 10. It looks dangerous. It looks like a pirate station. I just wish there was more to it. I wish things were bigger. Some things need to be thought out again. And once those things are addressed that I've mentioned, definitely see this as a completely viable base of operations for some pirate gangsters floating around in their evil Isanth ships. Totally see it. But until then, that's my rating. That was the Alpha Pirate Base by Lego Freak 97. And I'm Chris the Nightbringer. Subscribe if you want to see more of these station reviews, and I will see you all next time.